today I'm in Alabama right now with a couple of the homies out here in Alabama. Just got this. This is actually the 80D that I'm logging on right now. There's like a lot of trucks and noise going on. I hope that you can hear me well. I'm testing out the 80D in a vlog experience, a photo experience, and we're gonna go back to the desk and we're gonna talk about a couple features that I like, that I dislike, and who I think this camera's for. So let's get it. Alright, for starters, this camera works for vlogging. It looks good, as you can see. Once I drop my LUT on it, it's gonna look really cool. I left my bag back over there, and I got the homies back here with me. You already know what's going on. So, we're in Alabama, and the lens that I have on here is a 17-40 f-stop 4. The reason I'm using a 17-40 is because the 80D has a crop sensor. It's not a full frame Canon like my 1DX Mark II. It still works good if you get you a wide lens. I believe that the best lens that you could get is a Sigma 18-35mm. But as you can see, it looks really good. I really enjoy it. You can vlog with this camera easy. I know a lot of people that have them, and the whole reason that I rented this camera out to talk about this is because a lot of people say they have an 80D and they're trying to figure out how they can get the best quality out of it. So we're talking about which lenses you could get: a 17-40, a 16-35. Both of those are Canon lenses, and on the Sigma Art spectrum, you can get you an 18-35mm, which is gonna work great. All right, I had to grab my bag real quick. So let's talk about another thing. White balance. I use auto white balance. 80D can do that. Picture profile. I shoot my vlogs in neutral, and I bring my contrast down and my sharpness up 1. Contrast all the way down. Sharpness up 1. And I keep my saturation where it is. And the reason that I do this is because it's already kind of contrasted. I don't want to shoot my vlogs and then color them from scratch with a flat picture profile. It's pointless. It's just a vlog. It's not a cinema. It's not a music video. It's not a brand deal. And I don't want to spend too much time coloring everything, so that's why I shoot that way. I got my boy Johnny Zodic helping me out today. We got the 1DX on the Ronin 2 S. We got the Ronin S on the one. We got the 1DX on the Ronin S. I just said it like 5 times. I kept messing up. I left my card at home in Atlanta, so I couldn't even get no shots. So we found a little studio spot right where we're shooting at. They ended up letting me use an 8 GB compact flash card, which doesn't have much space. So all you're gonna see from that camera is B-roll. Y'all have already seen me vlog on that camera. Y'all have seen me do everything on the 1DX. So we're just gonna keep doing tests on this 80D. Alright, so another cool feature about this 80D, it has a swivel screen. That guy right there that I'm looking at, I don't have that on my 1DX Mark II, so I can't see what I'm framing. This right here is a setup frame, and now I can see how things are. Unfortunately, I had this stupid red truck pull up and mess it up. It looked better, but you know, whatever. The screen is so helpful, man. It's really dope. If you have an 80D, then you're in luck. On the 1DX Mark II, I don't have that, can't frame it. It's all a guess. I play a guessing game every time I'm vlogging, so that's another cool feature about this camera if you do have it. Alright, so another cool thing about the 80D is it's much more cheaper than my camera. Way cheaper than the 1DX Mark II. It's only around $1,000 if it hasn't gone down by now. I'm not even quite sure, but we'll figure that out once we get back to the desk. But it's way cheaper. It has a swivel screen. The colors are amazing, just like any other Canon camera. I love all the Canon colors. The Canon science is great no matter which body you have. You should be able to capture cool things with the 80D the same way somebody with a 1DX Mark II can. One area that this camera may not be the same as a 1DX Mark II would be low light. The low light settings. So with that being said, you would just want to get a better piece of glass. So maybe a Sigma Art 35mm with a 1.4 aperture, or a 24mm with a 1.4 aperture. They have Canon lenses as well. I do love Sigma Art, so that's why I say Sigma Art. That's what I use. I have Sigma Art lenses. My favorite lenses are my Sigma Art lenses. I do own 2 Canon lenses. This one, the 17-40, and a Canon 100mm macro. But my favorite are Sigma Art. If you get a low aperture lens, it would be perfect with an 80D crop sensor camera. So actually, I'm gonna put on a Sigma Art at a 1.4 right now, so you guys can see how freaking crispy it is. It might be kind of close because, like I said, it's crop sensor, so whatever that lens is, it's gonna go in. So I have the 17 on here right now, but I'm gonna throw a 24 on here and show you guys how bokeh out it is. Let's get it. So there you have it. Now the Sigma Art 24mm 1.4 is on at a 1.4 aperture, and as you can see, the bokeh behind me looks pretty good. This lens will really help with low light situations because the 80D, you want to keep the ISO really low, because we all know when you boost your camera's ISO, you're really like pushing your light sensitivity to the max, and we want to keep that as low as possible. So with the aperture at 1.4, you can really keep that low, and on a Canon 80D, you can really get some good shots in low light. So boom. Look at the quality. Yes, and you see the bokeh back there. Ooh, yes. All right, let's take some pictures and we'll show you guys the quality of the pictures. right, to sum things up, this camera is a beast. I would actually keep this in my camera bag if it was me because it works so well. It's also got a couple other features like Bluetooth, like time-lapse with photos. I should actually show you one of those. Let me do that right here. That was fresh, right? Yeah. You gotta admit, this camera's smaller, it's cheaper, it has the same color science, it's not full frame, but if you get a wide lens, you can make it look similar. It won't have as much bokeh, but it'll still be fresh. This camera is a beast. If you're interested in it, I would consider getting it. So I'm in Alabama right now. Let's get back to Atlanta right now.